All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are at 5:30 and it is the third or executive committee meeting to set the agenda. Uh, Vic, would you like to take a roll, please?
Ray Regalado,
Here.
Chris Valle,
Here.
Melanie LeBrac. Has anybody heard from her?
I have not.
Okay, so at this point she is unexcused. Well, wait, no, she's not.
Oh, there she is.
You got lucky, Melanie LeBrac. Unmute them.
Hello, Melanie. Unmute yourself.
And say here.
Melanie.
Nick Christensen is here.
Melanie. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Now say here. Melanie, say
What
here.
does what does HERE spell?
Melanie, are you with us?
He's playing hardball.
Can you hear us? Melanie?
Wave if you can hear me.
No, that's a no.
Okay, that explains it.
Melanie, can you hear us?
Yeah, now I can. I couldn't hear
Okay.
anything before.
All right. Say here.
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We are all here.
It's weird. All of a sudden I couldn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden I could.
okay. So we just call roll. If there are any students, please get in touch with Melanie to sign your paperwork.
I see no attendees at all right now.
So that brings us to the end of agenda item number 1. Agenda item number 2. General public comment on non-agenda items. Anyone?
I apologize for missing the meeting with the police chief. I just had a total brain fade. I convinced myself it was happening later in the month and then realized that it didn't. But how'd it go?
It went well. You missed a really good meeting. The police chief was there and the new fire chief was there, or the interim fire chief was there.
Well, we'll see about that.
And
well, still interim by now, for now.
yeah. And we had, for those of you who might be extra interested, we even had representatives from the commanding, I guess I might be getting the rank wrong, but the commanding officer of the local Space Force
Oh,
facility.
wow.
Oh,
And-
the base commander or do you know his name?
You know, I don't, but Yolanda has it. But he's out of El Segundo. I think it's El Segundo,
Right,
the
but
facility out there.
There's a Space Force commander and there's a base commander. I think it's Garant who is the Space Force commander.
Okay. And he also, this individual brought the chief of their, I guess, I don't know what they how they refer to the military police that handles the area.
Yeah.
The security police, yeah.
Yeah. So she was here there also. It was a good meeting. Anyway, Melanie, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I attended the town hall that the police had city for the street racing too.
How'd that go?
It was all right. A lot of information, a lot of what they, can't do. It's a big thing. And, again, they're back to not enough people, not enough force. They're trying to be proactive with the task force. And like they were showing me after the meeting, the team that was there, that how they've infiltrated some of the social media where they've got, fake accounts where they they follow them, you know, and one person tags another and says, "Hey, Joey, your car did fabulous out there burning," you know, and then they'll follow Joey. And so they try and follow all these accounts to see when the next like big takeover is going to be of these mini bikes and all of that. And they said gradually they're finding out where they are and getting there and haven't been able to arrest some people, but they said it's just become really big. It's a big thing. And
Is this where they do these donuts and everything on the street?
yes, yes. You know, and some of it before it used to be just the cars, you know, burning out, you know, and taking over. And now it's turned into like what happened at Channel and Gaffey with mostly those little mini crotch rocket bikes and then four-wheelers and dirt racers. I had a bunch of pictures from the one at Channel and Gaffey that I was caught in. And so I had a lot of pictures and I turned them into them. And with mine, I could see a lot of faces in a lot of my pictures. So they were like, "Oh, damn, you got a lot of faces." And they're like, "This is really good. We can actually identify a lot of these people from your pictures."
Well, let me ask you, Melanie, even though we're on non-agenda item public comments, and this is something we can maybe transition to our, if there's no other comments, this would be a good thing to transition to our
Well, I do
agenda
have
item number
one,
3.
but I can't find the raise hand now that I'm sharing, so.
Okay, Melanie, I want to ask you a question, but we'll ask it
Okay.
on 3. So go ahead, Victor.
There was a confirmed case of measles on February 19th at the Tom Bradley International Airport.
Yep.
Came in on Korean Airlines Flight 11, and anybody who was at Terminal B on that day from about 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. may be at risk. So they need to, you know, check and make sure whether they've got it, verify whether they've been vaccinated. And with measles, it can show signs from 7 to 21 days after being exposed, and that 21-day point is March 11th. So anybody who has not shown any symptoms by that point are no longer at risk. But up until then, you know, beware.
Good to know.
Yeah, and people can go, I found this out recently too. One of the things to be aware of is like if you were born before it's 1953, you may not be vaccinated against measles. Also, those like Ray, like you, like me, that I born in 61. I may have only got one vaccine. That's it, you know, because a lot of the standards now up to like the 70s and 80s, they went to a 2 MMR shot.
Mm.
And so they suggest if there's any like question, there's a blood serum test that they can do to test whether or not you have the immunity to measles or not. And
That's
you can
good to
get a
know.
booster if you don't.
That's good to know. Thank you. Anything else, Vic?
Nope.
Okay. Chris, anything?
I'm good.
All right.
So you
All
were
right.
going to say something about what I was saying about the street racing, Ray?
Yeah, and yeah, I'm just gonna shut down agenda item number 2 and go, and we'll start that off on agenda item number 3.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, agenda item number 2 is closed. We'll move down to agenda item number 3. Just to play off what you were saying earlier, do you plan on saying anything on a report or anything for
Yeah, I'm going to write a
the meeting
report.
regarding the,
I'm in the process of writing up a report from the town hall.
okay,
I've
just so
got I've got the whole slide presentation. I gave it at public safety. I took screenshots with my phone of the whole slide presentation and I printed it off my phone. And so I'm planning on doing the same for the board meeting.
can the station provide you the actual documents, the slide presentation?
Um,
They usually can share it.
it's no big deal because the what I have is perfect. The phone. I mean, it's exactly what they showed. It's not that big a deal. Cause I was able to zoom in on each of the screenshots of it and be able to get the exact PDF that they showed.
So what I was gonna mention to you is,
To have it
approximately 2.5 weeks ago, they had, on Channel and Park Western and Battery, they had guys doing donuts on the street in the middle
Yep.
of 1 o'clock in the morning, and there were people there apparently.
Yep,
So if
it's all
perhaps,
over. It's crazy.
well,
And
I'm just saying that perhaps maybe, if that's something you want to pursue in public safety to see what next steps could be, or if there is even any desire by law enforcement to be able to find anything out that. I'm just saying that just for your information.
Yeah, they
Okay.
and they're like encouraging everybody, if you see like what I did, if you can safely take pictures, to take pictures. And so I'm going to tell everybody that at the board meeting, if you can. And then there's an email that you send them all to help.
Okay. Do you think maybe that could be baloney, have baloney kind of say something about that during this presentation or something?
He might, he could very well do that too.
Okay. All right. Well, just, something like that I think is really important for community members to
Yeah.
be aware of. And
I know we moved from public comment. I have one more thing. Keep going in your thoughts and prayers right now.
Who?
Gwen.
What's going on with Gwen?
I had to go get her at the airport Sunday morning at 7:30 in the morning.
Why? What's going
In
on?
Phoenix, and she got a call. Her mother had a heart attack. Her mother is in bad shape
Oh,
in Ronald
no.
Reagan Hospital, and she probably isn't going to make it. Gwen is taking a break from everything to be up there with her mom and figure out what she's going to do, because if she survives, she may not be whole, and the place that she's at now, she won't be able to go back to. And so it's just, Gwen is just really upset about the whole thing. And I told her, if you can't make the board meeting, you can't make any meetings, you take time for you, take care of your mom. I will take care of letting Ray and everybody know what's going on. You just do you and your mom and take care of you.
Okay. So let's just say that if we hear nothing, between now and next week, and what do you call it? She doesn't call any of us. We'll just take this as excused off if
Yes.
Yeah,
she
that's
is
kind of what I
absent.
feel.
Yes. It's
And
she texted me today and said things are kind of really bad, but the thing is, she's still with them, but she's not communicating nothing, and she's on has a tubes and all of that, and so it's ugly.
so sorry to hear that. Okay, well, thanks for letting us know.
Alrighty.
Appreciate it. So anyway, let's go down the agenda items that we have under 3. We have 6. Approve February stakeholder meeting minutes on consent. Approve expenditure report, budget and finance. Approve budget and finance budget. Candidate forum planning. We can go into a little bit more detail with that. April seats fill planning. Possible letters on community impact statements on AB 467
What is
and
that?
SB 707.
Well,
Whose item is that?
I put those on there, but let's go back to to D.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a candidate forum this late in the game?
And this is this by way of suggestion from Diana?
No, this is my question, because in the past we've had candidate forums. Nobody has mentioned anything about it this year.
But elections are
So
almost.
are we
here,
gonna
they're
have
almost
one
over
or
with.
not when it's so late?
The only, I
Summerlin's the only seat that's really up for
It's a good
debate.
point. If we did something, it would have to be like this week. We'd have to, I mean,
Yeah,
which isn't impossible, but it could be
I-
publicized and put together if we just did a Zoom or something. But
well, there's, I think there are 2 seats that actually have an election going, if my memory serves me right. I haven't looked at it
yeah,
recently.
Park Western has 3
There-
candidates and
There are
there's
2
like
seats
5
competing. Yeah.
for Summerlin.
yeah, and that one has 5 people who'd never been on the board before.
Well, one says he was on the very first board.
Oh, that's right. I saw that
Yeah.
statement. Yeah. Well, not in recent memory then anyway.
Yeah.
So again, if there's will to do it, we could, for my part, I could put something together to publicize it. But you probably need to do it.
Well,
I mean, it would have to be done quick,
Yeah.
but I would, if I'm just asking the question.
well, it was suggested by Diana, who said that maybe we can do it on our next meeting, which to me sounded good because it's only these 2 that
Oh,
have people
yeah.
talking.
I mean,
We don't have to have anything for the people who are, the only ones running for a seat.
that's
So it'll
true.
just be for Park Western and Summerlin.
If she's in communication with the candidates and we can kind of get buy-in, I wouldn't be opposed to putting time in the agenda for it, but I don't know what else it would look like.
I mean,
Thing
in the
is,
past,
what
we've had
happened
like 3
since the
questions
last-
that have been, written and asked of each of them, but I don't know if we would have time to do that.
When's the
along with
last
everything
day
else.
to mail in your ballots? When do they have to be in by?
25th, I think postmark.
25th,
Postmark by when?
25th.
25th.
Okay, because a lot of
Reese.
people have mailed theirs in already. I mailed mine in, so it's
Yeah. I still have time.
Postmarked by the 25th and received within 10 calendar days after that.
So we do still have 3 weeks and change from today if it were desired, if we wanted to put it together for the meeting on Monday or something else. So
You know what? I think it's not a bad idea, or we don't necessarily have to give them a question, except maybe, why do you feel you're a better candidate than your competitors? And give them a couple of minutes each to kind of, talk,
well,
explain.
and then maybe instead of calling it a forum where it sort of implies that there's going to be a back and forth or whatever, we can just agendize like an opportunity for any candidates who are present to speak.
Candidate statements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't take up too much time, hopefully.
You all okay with that?
yeah.
It's good that we give people the opportunity, and I would
Right.
hope that anybody who's running would be at our next board meeting. So
Right.
Where on the agenda do you want that? At the very beginning?
I think we can probably do it.
Presentation.
Well, we don't have, I don't, I'm
that's
not
true.
sure that we have a presentation planned this time around, do we?
No,
I haven't
No.
heard.
Not yet.
Well, let's do that during our presentation time.
that's good.
Okay.
And then what I can do is I can get in touch with them and let them know that there's, or whatever the appropriate way that you feel. Let them know that they're going to have opportunities to make a
Just-
candidate statement.
but just for the contested seats.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Park Western seat and the April seat.
yeah.
I mean, unless like, the ones that have 2 people only and there are 2 seats available want to compete to see who gets the 4-year and who gets the 2-year, but I don't know if that's really,
Yeah, I don't think enough people understand that process to do the ranks.
Yeah, there's that too.
And it could be explained how that happens. The more the one person gets, the more votes one person gets, they get the 4, and the one comes in second gets the 2.
I mean, do we want to do that with the ones that are not essentially contested or just the 2?
Well, considering that the people have already sent ballots in, I think we should just kind of let them, like, if they want to speak, maybe they can speak, but if we introduce some element to the process that wasn't there when other people already put their ballots in, they might want to complain,
Yeah,
Well,
and they will want to do that anyways.
that may happen anyway.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna
If-
get one or two people complaining, period.
I
So,
would,
so are we going with only the truly contested seats?
yeah, the Averill and Park Western
Yeah.
seat.
I would say that that would be the appropriate ones, or the easy ones to get through.
Okay, do we want to specify that it's only going to be those seats on the agenda? In case somebody else wants to speak who is running?
If someone else wants to speak, we will not say you can't.
right, and
So-
they could, of course,
Okay.
always just make a non-agendized
So
public
just a
comment.
correction
Well,
for
my,
you,
my
Greg,
point
all the-
is, do we want to say just a very general candidate statements as an agenda wording? Or do we want to say the two seats involved?
I would
or-
say maybe just keep it general.
That's
So-
what I was thinking, because
So
if
Vic,
somebody,
I'm looking at the ballot right now. The ballot
somebody else
says
wants
all
to.
seats are 4 years.
Okay, well.
All of our
Well-
seats are 4 years.
The winner gets 4 years, yes.
No, all winners get 4 years, everybody. All our terms are 4 years, so every rotating year, every 2 years we have elections.
Oh, right, the
and all our-
elections are 2 years, not the seats.
Yeah, all seats are 4 years, the election is every 2 years.
Okay,
We'll just,
That was, it was just the first time around to get us rotated right,
Gotcha, that makes sense.
to have a seat that was 2 years.
yeah, but if we had some that say we're supposed to be 4 years, but they resigned and became effectively 2 years because of the way the bylaws are written, then we may end up having two people filling two seats for 4 years, and the terms both end at the same time. So we got to make sure that doesn't
Yeah, I
happen.
know.
because we did
And
have
that's
some
gonna
resignation.
happen to the non-gov seat.
what, we could give them the opportunity to speak, and then we'll look at the bylaws and determine how that will work after. We don't have to
Well,
make.
yeah, that part of it doesn't have to be, that the meeting doesn't matter about that.
Right,
It's
Let's
just the way if the ballot says they're all 4 years, but there are two that are in the situation I just described, then they shouldn't both be.
Yeah,
for
like the
4 years,
non-government seat and the Park Western seat, both of them are that way.
which should have been caught by the clerk, but
Well,
okay, so we'll just call it candidate statements and not say anything about which particular seats.
yeah, because again, we don't know
Okay.
if everybody's showing up or whatever, just make it available and that.
Well, but I think they should be, I think like Ray said, should notify them that it's gonna be available.
right.
Because
Yeah.
we don't want them, we don't want somebody to say, well, I didn't know I was gonna have a chance to speak. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, no,
And they'd be
that-
right.
and that's what we'll do to make it all even Steven.
Okay. And
All right,
then,
and
okay, so I think we got that one. So Ray, you're gonna contact the candidates then?
I'll contact the candidates.
Okay.
And let's see, yeah, I'll contact the candidates, let them know. And it's gonna be agendized, and we'll go that route. So
Alright.
that takes care of the,
Okay. And then the other one, the Averill seat,
Is after the election.
not necessarily to have to put it on the agenda, but I mean, I guess we could if we wanted to, but we need to plan, since that one had 0 candidates on the ballot, but we've had some people since then. We need to have,
We can't do it until
official-
after the board is seated.
Melanie, let me finish. We need to have the official vacancy filling process started so, soon. So by the time we end up, seating the new board, we can also have the process to fill that seat at the same time or soon after.
Didn't
Right,
they
and
already submit applications? Or do we not have people express interest already?
Yes, but that was only for the
Oh.
temporary time period ending in
Up to
June.
the,
I'm
gotcha,
talking about
Right.
starting in July.
after, right, okay, I understand.
So we have to at least start that process, so we're not sitting there with vacant seats for months after July.
right,
Okay.
and we'll have time to plan that out before July. So that'll be our
Okay,
next order of business.
I know sometimes that takes a while to set up and everything, and to give people time to do, to respond and all that, so I wanted to bring it up
Well,
now.
usually
Yeah.
it's only a 30-day posting for an open seat.
I was gonna say, I have the graphics and stuff I can recycle, and so we can kind of reset from what we did last time.
Okay,
cool.
so nothing on the agenda, but just keep in mind we got to do it.
Right,
Right. And if we could um, add April Jones to Youth and Outreach.
yeah, on the consent calendar.
Yes, please.
Got it, Vic?
That's all for the E, yes.
Yeah, we're through with the E, and the
And I will explain.
additional item is April Jones.
Well, we have another one on the agenda, but I'll.
No, yeah, no. I'm just saying that going along with the request by Chris.
Right, yeah, I'm writing that down.
Okay, so April Jones is taken care of for the agenda. So now we have F.
Okay, what that is there are two, and this would be, it'd really be letters at this point, not CISs, because there aren't any council files I'm aware of. There are two bills that are listed there. One of them is essentially like SB 411 that we're operating under right now. It just extends the sunset date. And the other one is more like, I can't remember the number or numbers, but there was at least one, maybe two, that had all these restrictions, like you could only use it twice per calendar year and all that kind of thing. The other one is more along those lines. And these are in the process of going through the legislature to allow neighborhood councils, the one that is the short one that just extends the date of SB 411, essentially, is strictly for neighborhood councils. The other one is for more than just neighborhood councils, but it includes them by name. And one of the things to allow the neighborhood councils to use them, or specifically the one, is that first, just like last time, the city council has to approve the use of it, and then each neighborhood council has to approve the ability to use it. So it's basically the same process as we did with SB 411. Once the council does their thing, then we would have to put it to the vote to just, and what it boils down to is just saying, instead of ending at the end of 25, it'll be at the end of 29 or 30, I think it is. The two of them are 1 year, expire 1 year apart. The two new ones.
So
So we don't necessarily, I don't think I'm going to have something ready to present by this meeting, but I was hoping I would, but I don't think I will.
Okay.
So I don't think it'll come up at this meeting. And also when it does come up at this point, what I would advocate for is a letter to at least the city council and our, Tim McCosker, of course, to approve a resolution or whatever the appropriate word is. I can't remember if it says it in the current bills, to allow us to go forward with this at the neighborhood council level. So it wouldn't be a CIS yet. They'd have to do a council file first.
Okay. We don't have to act on this. This is what I'm hearing from you.
Not
This
not at this next meeting, no.
Right. But it's something that we should just keep on our radar.
I mean,
So that-
my plan is to put together a draft letter to go to McCosker, the whole council, whoever, whoever we choose for it to go to put forward a motion and approve to allow us to go forward with the particular bill that is involved. Or both of them. I can't remember if the second one has to have something from the council or not, but the first one does.
And your motivation behind this is so that we can do.
So we can continue doing virtual meetings after this calendar year.
Okay.
Because right now, the SB 411 sunsets at the end of this year.
Right.
So there's at least one senator who is, and my guess is she's doing the Senate Bill 707, who is trying to move these forward to allow us to go for another, I think another 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
Okay. All righty. Since you're following this, do you think maybe you could email the information to us so that we can get better equipped with it when appropriate?
Us meaning you
The
three
executive,
or
the
council?
executive board in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay, I don't know of anything. Okay, we're through with that,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do have some more that Diana sent. I will read those off.
Okay.
Let's see. For the consent calendar, appoint Garrett Tyek to the Planning and Land Use Committee. I assume that is the Northwest Planning, Land Use, and Port Committee, and not the joint committee.
Yeah.
Consider placing the following motions that are out of committee on the consent calendar, otherwise under the Planning, Land Use, and Port Committee. And there are 5. Number 1, approve letters to the port, and there's a link to the letter, I think, that's out on where we have it posted.
Right.
And Caltrans, another link. So they may be out there to read now. Requesting they expedite the permit process for port access to Caltrans lot on channel.
Right. And April may have something to say about that too. Because that's where the skate park's at.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to think of where is that Caltrans lot?
Yeah, that's right underneath the freeway.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was all the skate park.
It's a hodgepodge of who owns what. Yeah, the rail right away and the lot itself and the park. It's all kind of stitched together.
Okay, so let's go one by one. Do we want to put that on the consent calendar or on the committee motion area?
I would suggest committee because I have a couple of questions, I guess, that bear a little bit of discussion.
That's good enough for me.
Okay, that's fine. All we need is one. Okay, let me write this down.
And just for everyone's information, it's 6:04.
Okay.
Well, almost. Okay, number 2, approve CIS in support of CF 24-1324 regarding Phillips 66 closure. That's all it says for it. So same question.
I think it's
calendar or committee.
A McCosker item. But I really would like to see that. But I mean, I guess we'll see it on that day.
You mean see the actual document?
Well, what is this she wants done?
Approve CIS.
Right, which means that what is it that she's hoping to accomplish by approving the CIS?
Well, I don't know what's
in the CIS. Is it a letter of support, or is it just
there is a link for it, but I don't know. what is in the letter or in the CIS.
Well,
That
we'll
should
put it
probably
under,
be on
yeah,
that should be on the committees then.
yeah, that's gotta be a committee.
Yeah, if it needs explanation,
Actually, can CISs even be by consent, or do they have to have
They
a vote?
really shouldn't be.
yeah, they should have a vote, I would
Okay.
imagine.
They should,
Okay,
but you
and-
can put them on consent.
Okay.
Okay, so that one, okay, so the first two go on committee.
Right.
Third, approve CIS in support of CF 25-0064, Measure M funding recommendations for infrastructure and transportation system improvements.
Definitely discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too.
Yeah.
25, 6. Okay, fourth one. Another CIS, approve CIS in support of CF 25-0002-S2 regarding state density bonus law / evacuation routes / high fire severity zones / safe passage.
Okay.
I think that's the way that the council file is designated,
Right.
on the council file web page.
Yeah.
The other ones were kind of general descriptions, but that's probably the exact way they identify it. So I don't know the specifics of what that means. I don't know if anybody else does.
No.
Not familiar.
So I guess committee.
Committee, absolutely. I mean, you know, all four of us could say we know, but if the other people
Yeah.
need to have a better
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah, some of
Well,
these
but-
things,
But it could also be, rightly or wrongly, I'm not saying, but it could also be argued that these letters have been posted, or CISs have been posted, and people could look at them online.
They aren't though. I just looked. You can't get
Okay.
to the file right now.
well,
Well,
that,
she did put some links here for Google Drive
hmm,
or Google Docs anyway,
But they
and I
aren't
don't know where
published
they go
right
to.
now.
So
They're for her, but they aren't published.
okay, that's what I didn't know. So okay, so one more, not a
Okay.
CIS. Approved letter to Councilman McCosker regarding builder's remedy. And I don't know what that is either.
That one I don't know what it's about.
and it didn't even suggest it really. Yeah, I think that, and it
I
just
guess
given,
that
for me,
I guess that answers that question then.
yeah, I mean, but just considering the amount of work that she typically puts into these things, it usually bears some discussion, some explanation anyway. It's not like it's just oh, this is to get this curb painted red. It's never really that simple.
Okay. All right, then they all go to the committee motion area.
Right.
And then
Okay.
public safety will have a CIS for it's not really public safety, but it got like not done and it needs to be done right away because it's coming up to where they're gonna start voting on it. And that's the CF 240867 about neighborhood council bylaws and term limits. And youth participation. It's about saying that people can, you end up losing all of your good, longevity of people and everything. They want to make it so that neighborhood councils, you can only serve like 2 terms and gone.
Let
That's it.
me ask you, Melanie, you want to put it under what committee?
Yeah,
It's under public safety. We voted on it at public safety. We
Okay.
already did.
that's
And I wanted to ask you about that. Where in that is the public safety
there isn't.
piece of it?
There isn't, but it hadn't been done. Nobody had done it. So I just like there is no planning and land use in the fire one that Diana did. She did one that's public safety.
Well, could that just come out of
So-
executive then?
That one actually should come out of the executive committee but
I mean,
Melanie,
But
you could, if you want to put something together so that,
I already have the letter together. We voted on it at public safety already.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that,
but we can't use that as the vote for if it's coming out of executive.
Well, we could just,
It would have
ask
to
for another
be
motion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would have to be first and seconded there.
I have
No,
no
I
problem
mean,
doing it.
I understand it was already done in public safety, but if it's coming out of executive, we can't use that vote
Yeah,
That makes sense.
for exec.
So it should really be, yeah, with with a motion and a
I
second.
mean, if you want to see it right now, I can pull it up.
Well, there's a lot more to this, and I've read into it.
Yeah,
and
I
a
was
lot of
thinking that
is
that sounds
a
kind
lot
of
of that
involved.
is a lot of that is coming out of what are they it could be part of some of the charter reform that's being starting to get discussed.
Hmm.
So there's probably a lot more to it than just that. It's going to be part of charter reform.
I did a lot of research on it and read a lot of other stuff that's been written and talked to a lot of the other neighborhood councils. And that's what I used to form the feeling of what was coming out of other NCs and local San Pedro NCs, their feelings and all that when I wrote the letter, and talked to people on our board, some of them as well, and then talked to public safety. And that's where the letter came from and drafted it. And it's opposing the council file.
I think it's something that's worth having the discussion, but that's really should have emanated from, it could have been under community issues. It really should have come out of, or it could have come out
They
of
weren't doing anything.
executive.
They weren't even doing some of the stuff that Diana gave them to do.
Well, I understand that, but that's something that we have been having a problem with for a long time. People getting involved and only doing stuff that they are, feel comfortable.
And like I
willing to do.
said, a lot of other committees do stuff that isn't part of, like, for instance, planning and land use. They did a fire and all that public safety one. That is really should have come out of public safety.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Things have really kind of gotten a little sideways on the way some of these are going, and some people aren't even on any, or they might say they're on a committee, but they never attend. There's a whole bunch of different things
I
that
know,
fall
I
into
know.
this. This one about neighborhood councils is really important to us, and I think everyone should have an opportunity to be better equipped to discuss it. Like I said, it's going to be part of, as I heard it, it's going to be something that's going to be considered under charter reform.
Right,
That's starting. So
right, and I'm part of that. I'm part of the working group for it.
And you're part of it representing who?
Neighborhood councils. I'm part of a working group for a lot of the
And where
funding
did this
portion,
working group, how
the
did it
funding
get put
part of
together?
it. I was selected by Empower LA.
How were you selected?
Huh?
How were you selected?
Octaviano reached out for people for the working group for the funding portion of it, of redoing all the funding and all of that and looking at it.
Is that not under the budget advocates?
No. They selected people from each neighborhood council area for being part of it, and I got a letter saying I was selected.
Okay, I gotta talk to Octaviano about that, because he hasn't said anything to me about that. And not that he has to have my
They
permission.
sent
I'm
emails
just-
out to everybody, had an opportunity to put their name in for it. And my name, I put my name in, and so did other people, and I got selected for it.
Okay.
Is there a timeliness issue on this CIS 240867, the one we were just talking about? Does it have to come up at this meeting?
It should, because it's gonna be voted on at the city council.
When?
Huh?
When?
Like in the next few weeks. Every other neighborhood council has weighed in on this.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, they have.
Well, some have, but that statement you just made is not
A
true.
lot of
A lot
them,
of
if you
them,
look on
many
the
of them
council
are
file,
not even aware about this or how it affects them.
if you go look at the council file, quite a few have.
Well, yeah, I have looked at the council file and I have seen it and I've read it and I've had discussions with, I don't know who you say you've met with, but I've had, some limited conversations with the various people. I'd like to actually hear more about it from the councilman's office too, about
Yeah.
what his thing is. What's his reasoning behind it, if he supports it. That's my thing, is, getting as much good information as we can.
And not for nothing, it's not directly related to this, but in the recent past, I've asked a couple of times for, some kind of comment or feedback on pending stuff from the council member's office, and, got kind of a wait and see sort of thing. And I'd like to have them, like, some of this stuff is, significant. I'd like to, if not for the entire city, certainly for our district and for our board,
I
like,
just would like to see us weigh in before this council office start,
Well,
when it's coming up.
Yeah,
when
and I
they're
would like to know where our,
discussing it. And
like
if
to know
we
where
don't
our
have
advice stands
our
on it.
input in there, then it's gonna happen what happens, and we will not have weighed in on this.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to say that we do is, let's discuss the letter at our board meeting. Put it on the agenda, let's discuss it. But we need to weigh in on this, Ray.
Well, yeah, you're not getting no argument about it from me. You're absolutely right. However, is this going to be something that people are going to have enough information to weigh in?
I think by reading their motion, having the motion attached, and a little explanation about it, of why we're leaning the way that we are with this letter, I think would go a long way of, discussing it. We're different than a lot of neighborhood councils where, like in the letter, I said, we've had a youth rep on our board for 20 years. And our youth rep is very active in our board. But there are lots of demographics in the area who do not have, like, high schools in their demographics of their region of neighborhood council. And it's not a one size fits all thing for each neighborhood council. And as far as term limits, you end up losing a lot of very good, seasoned people of your boards, from it. And you lose that expertise that you have. Neighborhood councils are different than city councils. You rely on that longevity and that expertise coming from seasoned vets on your board for the continuation of running boards.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, well, I would be interested to find out if they have some kind of background information that there are some extraordinarily long tenured board members. Like, if anybody wants to do this
it's more a
unpaid,
diversity thing is what they're talking about. And when you read the motion, you got to read the motion. It explains a lot of it when you go read the motion of where it's coming from. It's more a diversity, like giving everybody a chance to run type thing.
that's what the elections are for.
Huh?
That's what the elections are for.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're not going to get, then let's put it this way. If you know that you're out after whatever, 8 years or something, it seems, I'm curious as to what the actual motive, I know, however it may be worded, they didn't bring it up because there's a zillion of us who are in here for 20 years and refuse to leave. We have trouble filling seats, not getting people out.
Right, and that too. As well as one of the things they said in the motion too, they talk about, having 14-year-olds on the board. Based on the charter and the funding, 14-year-olds can't even, until they're 18, vote on funding. So you're going to have 14-year-olds running the board?
Yeah.
You make very good points, and I think it's well worth bringing it up.
Yeah, and of course, I think that it's good to test your system, even if the nature of the test might seem a little kind of off target. It's certainly fair and reasonable to ask the question, and then you debate it, like maybe 14 is too young, but 16 works or whatever. But yeah, at least, we're on the radar. It's
So how do you want to do this then, Ray?
You want it as discussion and possible action?
I think that's the probably better part, yeah.
And we would have to,
Discussion
if,
about all that.
Put it under executive board and.
yeah, because if
The
we
letter's
can't
ready
use,
to go and I'll just submit it under executive board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the more appropriate thing than
Okay.
public safety. But I appreciate the fact that you went out of your way and you really started to research this, because we need more people to be able to do that or have the motivation to do it. That's the important thing. And I hope they learned from you by what you did. And, you know, we're gonna give you the, I mentioned to Chris earlier that I may not be at this meeting.
Okay.
And, but, Chris will, allow, if it's okay with you, Chris, allow you to be the presenter on this, since you've done the research that you've done.
Yeah. Is that
Sure,
okay,
yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, that's fine. And, I'll just, send me the link. I'll read through it right now. And
Okay.
get
Well,
ready.
send it to all of us.
Yeah.
I'll send it to everybody. And that way you have it, just the motion and that to read over and kind of fish through it too a little bit.
Yeah.
It just,
Look, there's no doubt, and I don't want you to walk away thinking that there is the thought that this isn't an important issue. It's very important. I'm glad.
I was surprised going through the CISs and stuff, and I saw Diana had already had the fire one on planning and land use, and I'm like, well, there goes that, and I'm like, okay, so let's figure out something else for public safety.
How did she end up doing something on that one instead of you? Instead of public safety?
Well, again, like I said,
I mean, did she just voluntarily take it on?
she just voluntarily did it and put it on her agenda.
And she never did talk to you about it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely isn't something in her committee.
And,
right.
And I think it's a matter of courtesy to say, hey, look, if I were Diana, hey, look, Melanie, we're going to look at this. Any problem with it? There was absolutely nothing wrong with both you and, the public safety and planning and land use to partner on the issue too.
Right, to partner, but then when you're planning on putting something on an agenda and then she goes and already has it submitted and put it on hers.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree.
And so I was looking through all the CIS and I go, wait a minute, we didn't even weigh in on this yet. I went and looked and I'm like, whoa, we need to weigh in on this. Okay, we'll do this and get it out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, one to normally say things like this, but the structure does need to be respected, not just in and of itself, but like so that we, if it's something that might seem like a slam dunk, you might have the impulse to kind of just run it through. But then other times when things are more contentious, we need to follow the same, same form so that everybody has a chance to, basically it takes its time. We're not supposed to move super fast on these things.
Yep.
So especially if there is any significant amount of discussion with these CISs and stuff, along with the time of the candidate statements, this is going to be a really packed meeting.
Yeah, it's as these things kind of added up. The candidate statements I think are kind of a roll of the dice. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if not everybody is there. But on the other hand, if I was a betting man, I would put money on the planning and land use stuff taking a second, even just to go through it without a lot of discussion.
Right.
So my plan is just to kind of crack the whip and keep things moving in general. And if we end up with extra time at the end, we'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm just bringing that up because the whip is definitely going to need to be cracked.
And Wednesday at Budget and Finance, Chris, and this isn't to put you on the spot or anything, because
I love when a sentence starts that way.
Yeah, because it's just the opposite.
Because outreach didn't there was no advertising of our MPGs anywhere. We didn't push it, and we're coming to the end of the deadline. I'm going to make a motion at Budget and Finance to extend the MPG application date to April, and then we'll give them in May.
Okay.
April
But we
what?
really need to promote them
okay.
on social media, and I can't do that. I'm not allowed to. It has to be done through outreach.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's enough said.
They were on our website, but they have to be promoted on social media.
Understood.
So,
Okay.
and I told John,
Yeah, I don't, honestly, because we just met and that did not come up. So I do have graphics ready to go that I can recycle and change the dates on. So I'll get that stuff out ASAP. Oh, and what
so
would
I'll get the dates. The dates after Wednesday, we'll discuss them. But
okay.
we're just gonna move the dates into where
Yeah, just
we'll
text me or whatever. Let me know what the
award
deadlines are.
grants in May instead of April now.
Okay. And so when you get that date, just text it to me and I will update our materials.
Because
So
we've
is
got
that, is that another,
one application. That's it.
Yeah, we need more
It's,
than
and it's a bird sanction, bird people.
Didn't we
Okay.
just get
Bird
another?
Huh?
Didn't we just get another one?
Nope, just the bird rescue. Oh wait, today in the mail we did get one from San Pedro Ballet.
There was one via email.
I didn't see it. Unless it was a San Pedro Ballet one. That came today.
I'm looking. Oh no, I put it here. Did I put it here? Beautify LA
Oh, that one?
for Mark Reagan.
Yeah, that's the one that wants money for a car. Vehicle,
Oh, all
$5,000.
right. Yeah, I didn't look at the details.
Don't
but
we all?
Or no, that's the one that's the cleanup that they want to pay their team to do the cleanups for graphics and or graffiti all over town and homeless encampments.
Can we do that?
We can't pay for
Right.
anybody that's paying staff. Our
Where
grants
is-
go for staff payment.
where is
yeah.
that rule? Does that rule come from Dunn or?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that we're like every other grant that
Yeah.
you apply for the city or anything, and they don't look that neighborhood purpose grants are different.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
supposed to be a project that you can't pay for fees. So they send you the basic grant application that they send to the city, that they send to the government, that they send all over the place, and the budget. And when they send it to you, they're asking for like to pay all their employees, and we can't do that.
yeah. No, I would imagine a lot of nonprofits have like a volunteer, not a professional grant writer. So they probably do just have like a shotgun approach to a lot of this.
Yep.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And that Beautify LA sent them to all 99 neighborhood counties.
That's what I would do. Send one, send them all.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
That's
I
it for
think
me.
that's it.
Nope.
Was that an O, like yes, or was that a no?
We have
Uh,
nothing more to add, I think, for all of us.
Okay. So, Chris, you're good?
I'm all good.
Okay. Vic, sounds like you're good. Melanie,
Yep.
sounds like you're good. And I'm good also.
Ray, would you be opposed at the board meeting, depending on how this all goes with Gwen? I try and take up a collection to maybe get some flowers sent to her mom or to her or something.
I mean, if that's kind of like a thing that you do on the side, it's not agendized so that people don't feel obligated.
I know. Just would you be opposed to me doing anything like
No, go ahead and just include me in
I feel so
whatever.
bad for her.
Yeah, include me in on whatever amounts seems to be the going rate or
Okay.
whatever. Just let me know and I'll contribute.
I'm not sure either that or just I don't want to get morbid here, or we hold off until we need like funeral flowers or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe give her a second question because, quite honestly, flowers isn't probably not what she needs right this second. But the collection might not be a bad idea just to organize anyway.
Okay.
I agree. All right. Anything else? All right. Well, we're through with agenda item number 3. I think we have a full agenda. Chris, time limits, you know?
Yeah, I'll say something at the beginning, and I don't have a problem being, pesky about it, because like I say, every moment we spend talking is we borrow from the rest of the room, so
Yeah.
try and keep it moving.
All right, then. Let's go ahead and adjourn, and next meeting is,
next meeting is April 7th, I think it is.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, and I will stop the recording.
All right, guys.